Have you ever wondered how similar or different boys and girls really are? In the grand tapestry of human existence, diversity is not just a fact, but an enchanting expression of life's richness. Among the countless threads that weave this tapestry, gender stands out as a fundamental yet multifaceted strand. Now, when we talk about gender, it's not just about biological sex. It's about the roles, behaviors, activities, and expectations that society deems appropriate for boys and girls, men and women. It's about the complex interplay of biology, identity, culture, and personal experience. And it is this complexity that makes gender diversity such a fascinating topic. But why is it important to delve into this topic? Well, understanding gender diversity is crucial in fostering a society that values every individual for who they truly are. It's about enabling each one of us to express our unique identities without fear of judgment or discrimination. It's about creating a world where we can all thrive, irrespective of whether we're a boy, a girl, or somewhere else on the gender spectrum. So in this journey of understanding, let's start with a question that's both simple and complex. How similar or different are boys and girls? This question, as straightforward as it may seem, opens up a world of exploration. It leads us to consider not just the physical differences, but also the psychological, social, and cultural dimensions of gender. Now, it's undeniable that boys and girls share many commonalities. After all, we're all members of the same species, capable of a broad range of thoughts, emotions, and actions. Yet it's equally important to recognize and celebrate the differences, because these differences, far from being a source of division, enrich our collective human experience. So as we embark on this exploration, let's remember one thing: understanding gender diversity is not about reinforcing stereotypes or creating rigid categories. It's about acknowledging the beautiful spectrum of human diversity. It's about embracing the similarities and differences that make us who we are. And as we'll see in the next scenes, there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. While boys and girls share many commonalities, it's equally important to recognize and celebrate their differences. At a glance, boys and girls share numerous similarities. On the biological front, both genders belong to the same species, possessing similar anatomical structures and physiological functions. Moving to cognition, research has debunked the myth of innate disparities in intelligence between boys and girls. Whether it's solving a complex mathematical problem or penning a poignant poem, both genders have the ability to excel in various academic pursuits and intellectual endeavors. But let's not overlook the emotional and psychological landscape. Boys and girls alike experience a wide array of feelings and emotions. They both know the elation of joy, the sting of sadness, the warmth of love, and the power of empathy. Their hearts beat with equal fervor. Their minds dream with equal vigor. The human experience, with all its highs and lows, joys and sorrows, transcends gender. Both boys and girls navigate the complexities of life with similar emotional depth and resilience. Despite these shared traits, inherent differences exist between boys and girls. These distinctions manifest in a variety of aspects, ranging from societal norms and expectations to communication styles, interests, and even neurological wiring. Let's delve into societal norms first. From a young age, society often prescribes different roles and behaviors for boys and girls. Boys, for instance, are typically encouraged to be assertive, competitive, and stoic. Girls, on the other hand, are often taught to be nurturing, cooperative, and expressive. These gendered stereotypes significantly shape the way children perceive themselves and the world around them, molding their identities and aspirations. Moving on to communication styles, research suggests that there are differences in the ways boys and girls communicate. Girls tend to emphasize rapport and seek connection through conversation. Boys, conversely, often prioritize status and use language as a tool for asserting dominance. These contrasting communication styles, although not universal, can sometimes lead to misunderstandings or misinterpretations between genders. Now, let's consider the fascinating field of neuroscience. Studies have revealed subtle dissimilarities in the brain structure and functioning of males and females. These variances can influence cognitive processes, such as spatial reasoning, language acquisition, and emotional regulation. For example, boys generally excel in tasks that require spatial reasoning, while girls often outperform boys in verbal tasks. But remember, these are general trends and do not apply to everyone. It's also worth noting that interests and hobbies can differ between boys and girls. While some boys may gravitate towards sports and technology, some girls might be drawn to arts and social activities. Again, these are generalizations, and there's a vast spectrum of interests across and within genders. We must emphasize that these differences exist on a spectrum, and individual variations within each gender are vast and significant. It's crucial not to box individuals based on these general trends, as every person is unique and brings their own distinct value to the table. After all, our differences are what make us human, and embracing them paves the way for a more inclusive and vibrant world. In a world that often seeks to categorize and stereotype based on gender, it's imperative to move towards a paradigm of inclusivity and respect for diversity. The spectrum of gender is a kaleidoscope of unique experiences, perspectives, and talents. Each color, each shape, each shift in pattern holds an inherent value that enriches our societal fabric. When we respect and celebrate these differences, we challenge the stereotypes that have long confined us. We dismantle the gender norms that have stifled the full expression of human potential. We foster a space for open dialogue, where understanding bridges the gap between genders and empathy softens the edges of our misconceptions. In this space, boys and girls are allowed to be different, to be unique, to be themselves. And it's in this space that we find harmony in diversity, recognizing that boys and girls are inherently different yet equally valuable, is the first step towards building a more equitable and compassionate society. So, are boys and girls different or similar? It's not a question of either or, but rather both and. We've journeyed through the complex landscape of gender diversity, recognizing that boys and girls share a multitude of commonalities, from biological similarities to shared emotional experiences. Yet we've also seen how they differ in ways shaped by societal norms, communication styles, and even subtle neurological nuances. What's crucial to take away from this exploration is that these differences aren't a source of division, but rather a cause for celebration. They add depth and richness to the human experience, making each individual uniquely valuable. Respecting these distinctions means challenging stereotypes, dismantling limiting gender norms, and fostering an environment where everyone's potential is recognized and nurtured. While boys and girls are alike in many ways, their differences make them unique, and it's these differences that we should celebrate and respect.